Hi everyone, this is Monique Duell, and I'm coming to you to talk about my brother BJ, who has autism and epilepsy. He isn't capable of handling his own finances. He isn't capable of taking care of himself properly, although he can feed and bathe and shower and do those sorts of things. His communication skills are affected greatly. He's very quiet. He rocks and shakes his hands and he makes a lot of noises. I really don't know the classification of autism that he has. I never asked. He was diagnosed at 5 years old. I do remember that. And I watched my mother struggle so much to come to terms with having a child with a disability. It was taboo back then. It was like you were shunned by society, somewhat sort of like it is right now, where people stare, they point, they say mean things. I can't tell you how many countless fights I got into protecting my brother from being teased and people calling him retarded or retard. My brother is very smart. He likes to take things apart. He loves to sing and rock and listen to music. He's very quiet, but he's very helpful also. He's a very loving person. Just recently, within the last 2 years, he began having seizures, and so he was newly diagnosed with epilepsy, unfortunately. Um, he is very quiet. You won't know he's even in the house. He has a tendency to play with things that we don't normally play with. He loves hangers for some reason. He loves to watch them rock. He likes to take apart electronics and put them back together. I don't know how he does it, but he's very smart. He does it and it works. Um, I am his caregiver, and I came to be his caregiver back in '08, after the sudden passing of my mother. And since then, for the last 4 years, it was hectic. It was draining trying to care for him, as well as my two sons, who are 16 and 13, who has cerebral palsy. And I had my sister as well, who was suffering Wegener's and colitis. So my hands were full, and it still is. Right now, my brother is in a living facility full time. I had to make the decision to do that, which was one of the hardest things I had to do, because I just felt like I was, sending him somewhere again after he had just relocated to be with me. But they were very capable and are very capable of caring for him. He's doing well, he's thriving, he's happy, and he's healthy. For me as a caregiver, I've been doing it all the time. Even before I had my children, I'm sorry, raised my brother. And so I taught him how to tie his shoes. I taught him how to dress himself, how to bathe. So the caregiver piece has always been there with me. I guess that's part of my ministry. I do it naturally. And so when I had my own children, I already knew what to do and how to handle certain things. So it wasn't too hard to transition from a caregiver to a parent. Being a caregiver is a wonderful thing to do if you're able to do it, to care for someone else who can't care for themselves. It's a blessing. It is tiring. It can be tedious. You will have nights where you cry. You will feel helpless at times. But as I said before, it is my faith in God that has strengthened me to do these things. And so I just wanted to encourage someone today as a caregiver to stay positive. Put yourself in places where there's positivity, where there's love, where there's faith and there's hope and joy, so that you too can stay strengthened as you go through this journey as a caregiver. I have learned so much patience, so much tolerance, love, faith, compassion. The list goes on and on and on. So I would want to encourage you today as a caregiver to look at it as a blessing God has entrusted in your hands. He never puts more on us than we can bear. I didn't understand that, but I do now. And so if I could leave you with anything, I would tell you to never give up. Keep your head up. Trust God for everything. Don't doubt yourself or your ability, because God gave you this precious gift. So take care, and thank you for watching.